Hello students, welcome to the YouTube channel Edu 360 Degree. In this video, we will discuss about some topics of the first chapter, which is matter in our surroundings of CBSE class 9 science. It is under unit 1, which is matter, its nature and behavior. In this video, first of all, I will discuss about the terms rigid and fluid. Next, I will classify the matter according to their physical states. And finally, I will provide you reasons for different properties of states of matter. Let us start with the two terms rigid and fluid. So what does the rigid mean? If we are considering a rigid object, we are basically considering an object which cannot be bent by the application of an external force or which is not flexible. So the term rigid means unable to bend or not flexible. Examples of rigid are stone, marble, etc. because this type of materials are not flexible and we cannot bend them by the application of an external force. Next, we will consider the term fluid. If we are considering a fluid, that means we are considering a material which requires a container to preserve it and which can flow very easily. So the term fluid means a material which can flow easily and requires a container or a vessel to keep it. Examples of fluid are any kind of liquid, any kind of gases, because this type of materials require a container to preserve it and this type of materials can flow very easily. Now we will describe solid, liquid and a gas according to the terms rigid and fluid. First, let us consider a solid. Remember, a solid is the rigid form of matter. If we apply an external force on a solid, then we will find that due to the term rigidity or due to the property rigidity, a solid will always show a tendency to maintain its shape. So basically, the main identifying characteristic of a solid is the term rigidity. Next, we will consider a liquid. A liquid is the fluid form of matter. Now, if we preserve a liquid in a container, then we will find that a liquid always occupy the lower part of the container in which it is kept. Now remember, being fluid, a liquid requires a container because it does not have any definite shape, but it has a definite volume and it has a well-defined surface. Since a liquid has a well-defined surface, it can be kept in an open container. Next, we have gas. Remember, a gas is also a fluid form of matter, but unlike liquid, the gas always fills the entire container in which it is kept. So basically, the gas does not have a definite shape, definite volume, as well as a definite free surface. So to preserve a gas, we always require a closed container. Now we will classify matter according to their physical states. On the basis of physical states, remember, all the matters can be classified into three categories or groups: solids, liquids and gases. Now we know that there are variations in the characteristics of the particles of matter. So we can say that these states of matter arise due to the variation in the characteristics of the particles of matter. Now we will discuss about the solid state. So first of all, we will discuss about the characteristics of solids. Now if we are considering a solid, the first picture which comes to our mind is that a solid has a definite shape, has distinct boundaries and has a definite volume. So we can say that all the solids have definite shape, distinct boundaries and fixed volume. Now, if we apply external force on a solid, we find that it can't be compressed much. So we can say that the solids have negligible compressibility. Now, when the solids are under the action of external forces, it has been found that solids always show a tendency to maintain their shape under the action of external forces. So we can say that solids have a tendency to maintain their shape when subjected to external force. We have already stated that solids are rigid, solids have high densities, and solids do not flow. So these are the characteristics of solids. Now we will consider the liquid state. So now we will discuss about the characteristics of liquids. If we are considering a liquid, then we find that a liquid has a definite volume but without a definite shape. So we can say that liquids have a definite volume but they don't have any fixed shape. Now if we want to preserve the liquid, we need a container, and it has been found that liquids always take the shape of the container in which they are kept. Like solids, it has been also found that liquids can't be compressed much. Liquids, due to their fluid characteristics, generally flow easily and can change shape. So liquids are not rigid. Now if we consider the rate of diffusion, then it has been found that the rate of diffusion in liquid is higher than the rate of diffusion in solid, because inside a liquid the particles move freely and have greater spacing between them if we compare this condition with respect to the solid. And finally, liquids have moderate to high densities, but they are usually less dense than the solids. Now we will consider about the gaseous state. So we will discuss about the characteristics of gases. When we consider a gas, we know that it has neither a fixed shape nor a fixed volume. So we can say that gases have neither a fixed shape nor a fixed volume. Now if we keep the gases inside a container, then we find that gases always acquire the shape and the volume of the container in which they are kept. Remember, gases are highly compressible. That is, the compressibility of a gas is higher compared to that of solid and a liquid. Since the intermolecular spacing or spacing between the particles of a gas are greater, so we can say that gases have very low densities. Now when we are considering the gaseous state, the particles inside a gas always move randomly in every possible direction with high speed. Due to this random movement, we find that the gas particles collide with each other and they also collide with the walls of the container. So the gas particles exert pressure on the walls of the container. So we can say that gas exerts pressure on the walls of the container. So basically, the pressure of a gas exerted on the walls of the container is nothing but the force exerted by the gas particles per unit area on the walls of the container. Being a fluid, remember, gases can flow very easily. So these are the characteristics of gases. So we have discussed the characteristics of solids, liquids and gases. Next, we will discuss about the reason for solids, liquids and gases having different properties. Remember, matter, irrespective of its physical state, is made up of very small particles which are known as molecules and atoms. Now, if we consider the kinetic theory of matter, it has been found that the particles of matter are always in motion. Due to this motion, the particles of matter possess kinetic energy. Now, there are some forces of attraction which also exist between the particles of matter. This type of forces are known as the intermolecular forces or interparticle forces. The intermolecular forces tend to hold the particles of matter together and control their movements. Now we will discuss about those properties of particles which will decide whether a given substance will be a solid or a liquid or a gas. The properties are as follows. The first property is the intermolecular spacing. Now, what is intermolecular spacing? It is nothing but the spacing or distance between the particles of matter. The second property is the intermolecular force or the interparticle force, which is attractive in nature. So our second property is the force of attraction which exists between the particles of matter. And the third property is the kinetic energies of the particles. So on the basis of the above properties, we will discuss now the structures and various properties of solids, liquids and gases. So we will start with the solids. In solids, the spacing between the particles is extremely small. That is, the intermolecular spacing between the particles is extremely small. As a result, we can say that in solids, the particles are closely packed. Now, since the intermolecular spacing is extremely small, we find that a strong intermolecular force acts between the particles of a solid. This intermolecular force holds the particles of the solid together in their fixed positions. Now, we can say that the particles of a solid cannot move within the given volume. So, what happens actually? The particles of a solid can only vibrate about their fixed position, which is also known as the mean positions. Now, if you apply heat externally, you will find that the intensity of vibration increases as you heat the solid. So, intensity of vibration increases with the increase in temperature. Now, since the particles of a solid are not moving, they possess the minimum amount of kinetic energy. This minimum amount of kinetic energy basically defines the most orderly arrangement of the particles of a solid. Now, we find that a solid has high density. Why? Because of the very small intermolecular spacing. So we can say that since the intermolecular spacing between the particles of a solid is extremely small, a solid has high densities. Now we will discuss about the various properties and structure of liquids. In liquids, the intermolecular spacing, that is the spacing between the particles, are greater than that of the solid. But remember, the spacing is still very small. So, there will always be a sufficiently strong intermolecular force which will exist between the particles of a liquid. But obviously, this intermolecular force is less than the intermolecular force between the particles of a solid. But the intermolecular force which exists between the particles of a liquid is not strong enough to hold the particles of the liquid in their fixed positions. So, a liquid can easily flow. Now, since the positions of the particles inside the liquid are not fixed, the liquid does not have a definite shape. So we find that the particles of a liquid are moving in every possible direction within a given volume. So the particles of a liquid possess greater kinetic energy compared to the kinetic energy possessed by the particles of a solid. So due to this greater kinetic energy, a liquid has more disorderly arrangement of particles than a solid. Now since at a given temperature, the intermolecular spacing between the liquid particles are fixed, we can say that a liquid has a definite volume. Now despite having sufficiently or relatively greater intermolecular spacing, a liquid has comparatively high densities. So these are the various factors and structure of liquids. Now we will consider the various properties and structure of gases. The intermolecular spacing between the particles of a gas is maximum compared to that of the solid and a liquid. So we can say that in gases, the particles are much further apart from one another. As a result, the intermolecular forces between the gas particles are negligible. So the gas particles can move freely in every possible directions. Since the gas particles are moving freely in every possible directions, the particles of a gas have the maximum kinetic energy compared to the kinetic energies possessed by the particles of solids and liquid. So we can say that the gas has most disorderly arrangement of particles. Since the particles of gases possess this amount of high kinetic energies, we can say that the particles of a gas are actually moving with high velocities in every possible directions. Now, since the intermolecular spacing between the gas molecules are maximum, we can say that the gases can be compressed easily. And due to this large spacing, the gases have lower densities. And finally, since the gas particles are free to move in all possible directions, we can say that a gas flows easily and can fill the container completely in which it is kept. Now remember one thing, within the container, due to these high kinetic energies, the gas particles are always colliding with each other, and also they are colliding with the walls of the container. So the gas particles exert pressure on the walls of the container. So our today's video lecture is done. Now I am providing you an assignment. This assignment contains 7 questions. Try to solve all these questions given in the assignment. To get the solution of the given assignment and to avail more assignments with solutions, please WhatsApp your details to the following number 99030390009. In your WhatsApp, please mention your name, locality, school, board and class. In our next video lecture, we will discuss on the topic diffusion. If you like our video, then please subscribe the YouTube channel Edu360 and press the bell icon to get the early notifications about the uploaded video. Thank you.